questions that have come up since I recorded last week. That's kind of a follow-up on things that I had planned, and I knew that they would have an impact, and I have been kind of lingering, holding, waiting to make some decisions based on potential course-changing information or course-changing motivation. So we had the NARPM conference, state conference in Austin last week, started on Thursday, and went Thursday and then Friday, and it was a good conference. I actually was one of the better ones when it comes to the state or regional ones that I've been to. We've had some good ones, but I really liked this one. The subject matter was good. The interactions were good. I felt like I was more engaged with more individuals outside of the scope of my everyday working life, my office people. And it was motivating, it was inspiring, it was good. So sitting in that conference style setting, hotel conference room for a couple of days, and listening to individuals get up and speak about a variety of different topics just bolstered my desire to do that. I think that's where the biggest impact for me came from, was that's where I'm trying to position myself. That's the path that I am pursuing. I've been pretty locked onto that for some time now, and sometimes situations like that can provide an influence or a motivator that maybe wasn't present before, in either direction. And this motivated me even more so in the direction that I was headed and was planning on going. So it was a good experience for me. Like I said, we had a busy weekend planned. We had the conference, Austin, about an hour and a half from here, in traffic depending, and drove up Thursday morning for the start of the afternoon Thursday sessions, and then stayed overnight and did the Friday sessions, which took us through about 5 o'clock on Friday, and stayed at Steve and Linda's house there in Austin because we were planning on driving to Smithville, and it just worked out better. It was a shorter drive from Austin to Smithville than it was from San Antonio to Smithville. The guy's hauling ass. So just logistically speaking, was just better for us to do that. Plus, it gave us an opportunity to see Steve's new house, which was cool. It was one of the things we had been wanting to do anyway. So we got to spend a little time hanging out. I did not get to bring up the stuff that I wanted to talk about with him. It just didn't present itself. I wasn't going to force the situation. I was going to just wait to see if the opportunity segued into that topic, and it didn't. We didn't really spend a ton of time together at the conference, and we stayed at his house, but 6 o'clock by the time we got there after the meeting, and I had just a little bit of a nap, and then we got up and we went to dinner, and then we came back and watched some of the Olympic opening ceremonies. There was no deep, heartfelt talk about anything, so I did not want to shift to that if it didn't naturally go that way. And again, I'm not 100% sure which way I'm going to take this and what my timeline is going to be, and I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to spring that on him and create a situation that maybe isn't ideal for me to continue to move forward. So I'm just kind of been allowing it to unfold daily and hourly. Rhonda keeps asking me, when are you going to say something? What are you going to talk about? Like, I don't know. I have a general idea of where I want things to go, and when the situation presents itself, I will capitalize on it. So that's where I'm at with that. So we got like I've gotten to that point where I've chosen the path that will accomplish that. And like I said, being there and experiencing that and then listening to that, and there was a couple of things that were said that really directly affected me. Not a lot, but definitely in discussing the shifting of the energy on this planet, and just the shifting of the magnetism of the planet. Just a lot of things that I've been keeping a close eye on, that I feel like have had an effect on me, but have also allowed me to do some of the things that I've been able to do in the last couple of years, as opposed to some of the things I tried to do earlier on in life. I've always had that same drive, and I don't want to say that I have had numerous failures, but I've had numerous attempts where I've redirected due to resistance. Makes sense? So, and one of my doubts, one of my fears that I've been dealing with within the last couple of weeks is, I've been down this road before. And I was discussing this probably in my last recording about going all in and the potential risk for that, because I've gone down that road before, and I've gambled and I've not achieved what I was meaning to achieve, and then I redirected due to resistance. And it's that history that I'm carrying around with me that is having an influence on my decision making right now. I know 100% that I would love to be done with property management today and focus on creating my program for my speech, focus on more content on my website, focus on more videos, better quality videos, and more of a varying subject matter in my videos. I definitely want to finish my book, and I want to start marketing myself as a speaker. So I would love to do that right now today. The opposite side of that coin is I have financial obligations. We have gotten ourselves to a position in a lifestyle that costs money, and I wouldn't give that up. I am extremely happy with where we're at, what we're doing, and what we are able to do. The fact that we are able to pretty much spur of the moment, a couple weeks ago, put $200 plus down to buy the tickets to go to the Cryon event. That's something we would not have been able to do before. I grew up in the 80s and was really into the punk rock and new wave kind of scene, and one of my favorite groups, Depeche Mode. It was one of the first big concerts I ever saw. It's definitely the first one that I ever traveled for. That's a huge memory for me. 1988. And ever since then, I've wanted to see them again, and just got a notification that they were going to be here in San Antonio in a couple months. Just found out about it last week, and was able to register and be eligible for pre-sale, to buy tickets before they go on sale to the general public. And I really wanted to take advantage of it. I was like, do I really want to spend the money on it? Can we afford to spend the money on it? And I did. I logged in this morning because they came available at 10 o'clock. I logged in about 10:30, juggled just a little bit in my mind, do I want to do this? But I did it, and I bought tickets, and now I'm really excited about it. It's something that I've wanted to do. It's something that I would really enjoy, something I'm really looking forward to, but it's that type of financial decision that I could potentially be giving up if I'm trying to find this body shop that I need to take the car to. It's right along here. Anyway, that's the kind of thing that I'm putting at risk, the ability to do things like that by giving up my salary. Now, again, flipping back to the other side, not only is what I want to do potentially very lucrative, it could be circumstances, situations where I have made those decisions and it didn't quite work out. But one of the things that came up in yesterday's seminar was, don't let that deter you, because the energies have changed and shifted, and it's easier now to manifest your intent, I guess is the best way to state that. And that gave me a little bit more confidence to continue to move forward, to not worry about so much the risk and focus on what I want to do and make it happen. So, you know, it was a good weekend. That's where we're at with all that. I have to go take care of some business here and get this checked out and schedule our appointment to have it serviced after the accident we had in December. But that's where I'm at. I really I feel good about it. You know, I was researching some financing options. You know, we still want to put the house up for sale and cash out on the equity we've built up in that to basically fund this transition and this next step that we were planning to take in our lives, regardless of whether that ends up becoming traveling to New Zealand or even staying there for a while. There's a lot of different ideas and options that I thought kind of came up and were made available when we were at the NARPM conference. I was like, you know what, we could do that too, but it didn't have specifically to do with property management, and it was again more self-employed, self-generating of, you know, revenue, and it's all, these aren't ways just to scrape by. These are actually proven paths that generate income much higher than what I'm making now. So there's the potential of risk, there's the potential of loss, but there's also the potential for much greater gains in making this decision and following through on this. And that is where I'm trying to keep my focus and focus on that positive side, that not only is it going to pay off, but it's going to pay off big. So, you know, dream big.